you look at MIBR, they've only played this map, I believe it is twice since the reunion of this roster. And let me just bring on up their stats, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as we did have the knife round go down. It does appear that Renegades will be starting on that CT side. MIBR have played this twice. They played it once here at Starladder. They won 16-6 over Panda. That would have been yesterday. And IEM Katowice, they beat Complexity. So they have a 100% win rate, but they've only played it twice. And neither of those teams are that threatening, really. No offense to Complexity, but I wouldn't consider them a staple team on Mirage, unfortunately. A lot of the rounds for MIBR on Mirage have come from their T side.
Yep.
But you have to consider in a 16-6 victory and a 16-9 victory, you're always going to have a chance to pad some stats. So aggressive play from Jacob going up mid here. Wow, and the first bullet onto Coldzera's head. He's going to be dropped quick as you like, and now it is a 4-on-5 situation with the remainder of the players of MIBR heading over towards B. Looks like they wanted to go towards that site, but now Fallen knows they have to go back and take control of middle. He has some flashes in hand. They're going to posture for control with two players through the underpass. Damage is being done back and forth. Gratisfaction, I was going to say more than happy to take a duel, but Fallen's going to punish him from top mid with that P250, and now they can go back to the original strategy, which was hitting B. We can see Liaz on the balcony with a lot of information. Azza pushed up towards the catwalk. So they have two players on the site here, ready and raring to go.
Yep, ready and raring, and going to be covering up the crossfire. Man, this guy's aim is good. Those glasses, they got something in them. Phelps will take him down, though. Leia's gone. It's Azza still inside of the site. Finds one, gets support. Jacob gets inside of the doorway at Kitchen. And Fallen now waits with the bomb down on his right to basically get greeted by three players as soon as he comes around the corner. Renegades find the opener.
Wow, that was some fantastic shots in that round. Obviously, Jacob in the opener, which we caught. Fallen hitting a banger of his own in reply to Grat. And then Liaz with a nice little one-tap. It's always so satisfying to see those type of kills, right? Because the precision, the bullet just going straight through the dome. None of that head armor there to cancel that out. That's always lovely to see. Aim was never a strong suit of mine, so that's why I get excited when other players have good aim, because I spent many hours in aim bots and I still sucked. So anyway, MIBR will be taking a full eco this time round. They want to go for the buy in the third. Renegades have a mixed buy. No M4s on the board to note. 2 UMPs, an MP9. So if they keep the lion's share of their players alive, then we might see in the following round a bonus round scenario, you know, more of an aggressive play, something where they take a few more risks. And just to note, you can see MIBR being very passive across the map. You might question, why are they doing this? What is the reason for this? They only have clocks. Why don't they just run in and die? Well, the longer you take, the more utility Renegades will disperse for holding you off, because they don't know if you force spawn or not. They don't know what they're going up against, whereas MIBR know that Renegades are going to invest. They know that they're going to have utility, and by wasting out every little cent that they can, that means Renegades buy in the next round may be hampered a little bit. Also, they could get impatient, they could push, you might get a free kill. That's an avenue into a bomb site potentially, and the bomb going down. So lots of options for taking this one slow.
Taco instead, though, will work out from the underpass, Glock in hand. Gratz up above him, AW Scout in hand. That's not, you get the point.
That could be the new name.
AW Scout.
If he uses it like an AWP, why not?
I mean, he is right now, position. Good jumping going on outside of it, but the push through connector instead. Meanwhile, underneath the shadow at range, pistols, Glocks.
They might even get a plant here.
From that range, Phelps has the scout picked up. Couldn't find the headshot quickly onto Azza. Plant less likely now for Taco. 25 seconds, and he's held off the site. Has to fall away back toward the cave position. Wants to get a little more aggressive, in fact, instead with the UMP. Quick flash bounce off of Sandwich. They knew he was up close.
That's a great round for only Glocks. You know, I just painted all the pictures here of what was possible, and that's a smile on my face if I'm MIBR right now. So they're going to buy into these AK-47s. Can see them being brought up very swiftly. Taco and Fallen deciding what utility that they need to go with their weaponry. So they'll be buying a little bit after everybody else, so here it comes on in. Renegades, Liaz, MP9, Jacob, Famus, and 3 Orgs on the board. Look at the action kicking off here as standard spread from Renegades, 2 towards the B site, Grat towards window, Jacob connector, and JKS anchoring over towards the ticket booth. We're going to see a plethora of mid smokes come out. Cat, window, and connector have all been dropped, so maybe I'll get mid control for relative free here. Hold up a second, gap in the smoke. Azza takes advantage of that. Phelps will fall, and now maybe the strat has to change.
Jacob certainly ready in the corner. Fur to walk through. Jacob will find one. Realizes there was a second to the right. Hang on. Try to get the shot back instead. Can't do it. Cold's already got the angle instead. But Grat's there with the AUG. And shot nearly gets a second one toward Palace. Fallen, sneaking underneath of his crosshair potentially. Causes a bit of concern for
huge
Satisfaction, but Fallen, you're right, has doubled it up. Unfortunately, he'll fall immediately after, so yes, it's huge to find two, but he's since lost the bomb, and Taco has a similar situation that they were previously in, being down and outnumbered off position. Renegades find 3 in a row.
Yeah, good stuff there from Renegades. We were talking about how precarious their buy was looking, just based off that Glock damage, and they were able to hold. They only had 2 players left alive, though. Means that there is a chance if MIBR want to, they can go for a buy of their own to keep this economy low, but just going to be a couple of pistols, Scout and Fallen's hand. So not a full investment, but one that can do damage for sure. They've got a lot of weapons here that can do a lot from range. So once again, it is a slower approach. Fur and Phelps going over to... Fallen's gotten the better of Grat in 2 big occasions now, pistol round and round number 4.
Yeah, but Renegades is the better of MIBR now in 3 out of 3.
That's true.
This one might be the most significant, though, if they can translate it. If they can finally get around on the board.
Does 1 in the hand, 2 in the bush play in that kind of scenario? With a round win versus 2 kills?
I always said 1 in the bush was better than 2 in the hand, but that's just me.
You've never been in the Australian bush, have you, man?
Well, it's not exactly what I meant by bush, but there you go. JKS sitting on top of the A site. He's going to try and look back down with the Scout on the AUG. He's actually gotten the shot on Phelps. Follow that up to find Cold as well, 4-0.
So still a good job to find some kills there. That's kind of all you have to do now with this new loss bonus situation, especially with it starting to build. If you keep every round close, if you keep every round looking relatively dangerous, 2 to 3 kills, then you are constantly putting the pressure on the economy of your opponent. You're not allowing them to build that massive bank. You're not allowing them to max out their cash towards that 16k mark. And then as soon as you do break them, as soon as you do win a round, they suffer the hard reset. So even if MIBR aren't converting these rounds yet, look towards as much damage as they're doing. We'll see the smokes all get deployed again. Grat's going to make the jump over towards Catwalk and actually play around their smoke, but window smoke, short smoke, all in play here. So they want to go for yet another play through the underpass. Now we do know that Fur and Phelps used to at least have an overlap in the way that they approached the game in the past. Phelps has had a lot of time to play in a different team, to grow, to learn, to maybe adapt his play style. If you remember, back on the old Mirage, the strat just seemed like it was boost Phelps in the window and let him do work. So we'll see if that plays in at all here.
They always got him up there too.
This is a very standard round that we've seen. Do the wall smokes have 2 players come towards underpass? Gratisfaction has to know. That's it. They've boosted in window. You wouldn't believe it.
And Grat didn't see it at all from Catwalk. He could have turned around and spotted it. He didn't. And Furs finds him instead. Gratisfaction let it all happen. Default smokes toward jungle, 1 on top of the stairs and 1 in front of the access point from window, where Phelps now holds on the inside. Asa knows that he can't go through the vent. There's no access to do so, but Jacob, he finds 2 on A direct. And this could cause problems. Cold's got to work back in from the cave, get more aggressive, because 2 down. Jacob getting movement, allowed to walk out from CT. Phelps needs to transfer back into the site as well. Asa's already gone back around the other way. JKS. Leia's holding out. Leia's is actually going to try and get to Reed on top of the bomb. You're right. I think he will. I think he will because Burr is taken down. Couldn't find the angle. But Cold Zero gets there just in time. And Phelps just has to stay alive at this point. Jacob. Rather, excuse me, JKS.
Too many J's.
Too many J's. Couldn't get there, JKs.
Too many F's. Too many
J's.
J's.
And they were just kidding with that diffuse. Yeah.
Now you can see what I was talking about, right? Obviously, the MIBR haven't accumulated a massive, loss streak yet. But they still have done enough in those other rounds to, I guess, ruin Renegades, who right now have no choice but to go for a bit of a force buy. I just unplugged my network cable, Matt, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah, hopefully we're back. Here we go, we're back.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
I used to have one without a tab on it, and if I stretched my leg out under my desk, I would unplug it all the time. It was so annoying.
This is a very important round for Renegades and MIBR. If they win this, they can go up to a decent streak, maybe bring us up to 4-4. If they lose it, Renegades can start a back-and-forth cycle of rounds. So mid is where the action's about to go.
He went for it, gave him a chance. MIBR looking to double up and find their second in a row, but it's already down to a 3-on-3. And even with the lesser weapons finally on Renegade's side, although you could argue 2 Galils, it's not much better off on the MIBR side. It's in their favor. Phelps gone, Cold gone, Fur tagged at 29. And a push coming out now for Renegades as well that's given Jacob a lot of information towards CT. So the other two have rotated around and gotten position. Gratisfaction, especially important, has gotten up close with the Deagle, but he's lost JKS, and now he's far, far from his teammate. This should now go the way of MIBR.
He has to delay.
Oh, what a shot through the window. I was going to say has to delay. He got forced out by Molotovs. Got very fortunate to find that kill. In fact, Phelps and Fur both say nice shot.
Simultaneously, but they're not going to expect Jacob here this quickly. The fact that he was able to push Apps. Oh, Fallen's just spotted him. The jig's up.
Done. They didn't even need to plant this. They could just hold it off 31 seconds. They can even try and get it out. They might want to. Fallen has the bomb. Oh! Fallen has the bomb, but he's got the position instead.
What a close round that was. Back and forth affair. Jeez, Gratisfaction with 3 big kills, I think it was, in that round. So he did a good job to make that as competitively as possible. But in the end, the in-game leader from MIBR getting the last kill, putting the round on the board, and now you can see what I was talking about. Renegades, they have to take a save here. They're only going to be able to get the 2400 in the following round, which for Hazza, JKS, and Liaz is not enough for a proper buy. It is one where they will have to take compromises. And this is why I was mentioning that it could get up to that 4-4 scoreline. So if Renegades want to go for a partial in the next and guarantee themselves all the goodies in round number 9, then it will be most likely a tied scoreline here. MIBR, no need to take this one quickly, just prodding and finding out what kind of defense they're dealing with. And as we can see, there's a 4-man A stack over here. We're on board with JKS, who has the job of looking over towards Connector. He has Gratisfaction in the side to pivot. Liaz over towards the Goblin box. Jacob under the balcony. The bomb is going B. So they've been able to avoid danger this time round. Azza is the only man over there and kind of the beacon, the communication point. As, Treads will go down and connect. The bomb is actually there, but they're going to be mopped up with, and Azza should go down any minute right now. Fallen might not expect him on the site, but it doesn't really matter. The bomb should be planted on A.
You can't see him winning the round. Let's just put it that way.
Miracles happen. Actually, I don't believe in miracles.
Really? You don't?
No.
What about the U.S. hockey team?
I don't really know a lot about
They had a movie called Miracle.
Oh.
I mean, it is a miracle when the U.S. win anything in hockey, let's be honest. It's more of a miracle when we don't.
Sometimes Russia win, right?
Russia sometimes do, not lately. They've had some pretty poor performances internationally. I think they won the last Olympics, but that's because we didn't send our NHL players, and the KHL still has a lot of top Russian players. And in the World Juniors, I have to give Finland credit. I think they've beaten us in the last 2.
Last thing we need is some of those Muppets tweeting at us.
They always tweet at me about hockey. They get so defensive, as if they think they're even close to Canada's level. I'm going to say it. They're just not. Like, I'll say something, and they'll just be like, Finland's better. You've done well lately. I'll give you that. You've got some great players. Teemu Selanne, awesome. Mika Kiprasov's probably my favorite goalie of all time. But, man, I'm pretty sure we have like 8 times as many international medals and trophies.
Did I miscalculate here?
What are you saying?
1400, 1900, 2400.
Yeah, now back down to 1900. If they lose this one, sorry.
Yeah, but I feel like I did the maths wrong. Oh, I did do the maths wrong. Sorry, guys, still recovering.
It's all right. Recovering from what, Chad? Please go on.
The flight.
The flight, okay.
Yeah.
Or just the economy change in general.
Yeah. All of that's...
it's going to take some getting used to. Good movement from Gratisfaction. He's already out on catwalk. Couldn't get to the smoke in time to catch the gap and like cold cross, so he gets toward the boxes instead. And he can actually, Gratisfaction still play a swing in this position, though he knows they've brought down, but fading smoke, and Cold had the angle instead on the Krieg.
You don't see much of the SG at the moment, but Cold Zero is making it work, that's for sure. So now the question is on Renegades and where they've gone aggressive. We've seen Jacob in a round push. It was an eco, mind you, over towards that Apps position. And now they've just basically given up the A-bomb, so they want to fight for mid-control. Fur here under the window. Phelps towards top mid, and Cold Zero pushed up as well. So this is where the action's about to go down.
Jacob still trying to find a position with the AUG. Has to get shuffled out of connector, so where's that position going to be? buffer, even puts utility in there to make sure that he's left, and they'll start to take over. No boost for Phelps this time. JKS going back around, waiting to see if anyone's gone through to the east stairs. But it is going to be an A set. Bomb out toward main, one inside of Palace. It's a 1-2-2. Cole's actually going to lurk this. He knows, oh, Leas was around the corner. Nearly got him with the gun at the hip because the nade was just thrown, but he was a little bit too late. And Leas was ready for it.
Yeah, big problem on this retake here, Matt, that we're seeing from Renegades is they don't have enough utility to actually smoke off choke points to get back in, so the bomb's going to go down for free. Jacob's going very fast, though. He's pushed through. We can see on the radar, well, on the screen right now, we're on JKS's POV. He's trying to fight behind a smoke. Jacob's made it all the way into the site. He's just Ramboed in, and he's gotten 2 huge kills. How is this one falling apart? Everything was looking so good for MIBR, and now they've been stripped. Phelps is left last alive, a 1-on-4 situation. JKS deals with him. I thought the Renegades had no hope in that round. No utility. They were out-positioned. They had to rotate in. And Jacob, I was just watching on the radar. He just zoomed on up through CT spawn and had 2 massive impact kills. I'm not sure how MIBR let that happen.
So $2,700 goes into the bank accounts for MIBR. That's going to be enough for them to buy still. It was 19 plus plants.
I'm perplexed right now.
And it's 57 for Taco. Do they bring out the op? Renegades will be welcoming it either way, perplexed or otherwise. Definitely a slower pace so far to this game than the other two. We're seeing the rounds actually go the distance. A bit more of a grind. We expected that for map 3. Rat wanted to go through there. Why was an incendiary thrown there?
I think they normally throw it to block off the window smoke, but I think that one's missed for sure.
Completely missed.
Still get the opening kill, though. Jacob's able to continue the good form that he had from the last round, and Phelps has already have connect control. This is very early.
Oh, Phelps. Spotted him fading, does actually get the kill. Committing to the spray, though, that could have costed him dearly because Satisfaction was on the other side of it. Wanted to get him back, but instead it's Azza from Catwalk that will punish him, and Azza's left B. They're slowly closing in on this A site, expecting that this will be where the execution comes from MIBR, and they're not wrong. In fact, they're all right, 6-3.
So, if you guys remember the game between Renegades and Astralis back at the Major where they were actually successful in picking that up in overtime.
The only map that Astralis lost the entire Major.
Yeah. Well, one of the things to note is Renegades had a very strong CT side. Their T side was very poor. Both teams had huge hauls on their CT side. So, every round that MIBR are able to garner and put on the board, you should look at that as a massive victory because we do know that both of these teams tend to have strong CT halves. They have the players and individuals to do so. And if history tells us anything, Renegades, unless they've been working on their T-side immensely over the last few weeks, could find themselves in a bit of struggle city. Game will be unpaused momentarily from this MIBR tactical timeout. The buy has come in. They've just upgraded a couple of pistols. Again, a little bit of utility, see if they can exploit a weakness. As you mentioned, that pace has slowed. That was the first time that we saw more of a quick round out of them, and they were able to get map territory quickly. But nothing more to follow as Renegades rotated in accordingly. And we're able to shut that one down. So leaning over towards B this time round. Phelps throwing a nade? Yeah, he threw a smoke towards the top of Cat. So that's just going to draw a little bit of eyes and attention over to his position while the other 4 members are congregating towards B. Fallen has some utility ready to throw from far. So pressure on Liaz and Azza.
Liaz takes out Taco immediately, though, so pressure alleviated ever so slightly just by 1 kill coming through. And Azza yet to be detected. Still remember that Gratisfaction is on that catwalk position. If there's no pressure applied to middle, if Jacob doesn't spot anything, they could put all 3 players back toward that B site. What's stopping them from doing so? Absolutely nothing. Phelps just swallowed a grenade.
Once again, a very slow, drawn-out round as we've ticked to 50 seconds.
50 seconds. Gotta say it right.
Into club.
Mm-hmm.
Generational joke, isn't it?
What concert is worth 45 cents?
Do tell.
50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
Oh, jeez. It's going to be the window burst, and guess who's going on up? Would you believe it? Would you believe it?
Guess that it's fallen. Oh, Phelps is tagged that time. They were ready for it. Tagged down to 6 HP, and he's gone because they sneak out from catwalk instead. Jacob He gets the kill onto the player that I jokingly said was being boosted up as Azza gets cold. Renegades looking very, very calm and controlled now. Looked like it was slipping for a little bit, but then that turnaround in the chaotic round, as you called it, and you seemed slightly confused by it.
I don't know how Jacob just strolled on in.
He seems to be doing quite well again on this map after a bit of a lackluster performance in map 2, but a great start. Nice shot from Cold, but nice shots don't win rounds. Nice shots finish last.
Nice guys too occasionally. Unfortunately,
I finished last no matter what approach I take, so.
Not racing, you
Except
do
for
alright, but it's
racing,
going to be a faster
racing.
B approach here, so they're going really quick right now. Phelps is leading the way, and Leaz has flashed up back towards the bench position. He's going to grab the first with the Molotov, the second with the spam, and they continue to trickle out into his line of sight. No problems here for Leaz to hold his own and allow Azza to come on in with the last 2 AK headshots. So, a pace change, not able to garner anything at all as MIBR get obliterated on that B bomb side, and Renegades now pump themselves up to 8 rounds, 8-3 right now, heading into round number 12. Trying to see if I can think of too many weaknesses for Renegades. If you can find that opening kill, they make some interesting plays, like that round that, there you go, it's landed that time for you, Matt. So
yeah.
The thing is, if there isn't a smoke towards window, it does allow the T's to get a little bit more control, so that means that Jacob, the connector player, has a lot more work to do.
Thought for my headshot on the Gratisfaction there that time as he was jumping up, but instead when he walked out, Jacob was already in connector, no smoke down, wasn't there fast enough. He's able to get the kill, fall off the position, now leave Gratisfaction alone in the window, flashing himself back out, well done. Finds Phelps, 9-3. Renegades going to take the series potentially over MIBR. It's looking that way early on. Still in the first half, remember?
There was a discussion I was having with Harry yesterday that for me, it feels that FaZe and MIBR are starting to fall into the realms that we might describe them similarly to how we did with Virtus Pro in maybe 2017. And now the reason the reason is because they're still dangerous, right? They come into a tournament, you know the caliber and you know the pedigree of the players can strike and win a tournament at any given moment. They can take down the best. They can challenge anybody. They can do it, right? We know it's possible. But
I'm following along.
They're sporadic in that, right? You know, they can either play really quite poorly or they can do fantastically well. But they're not leading the charge anymore.
I mean, it is. The Virtus Pro fall-off was staggering, how fast it hit. And yet how long it took before people accepted it as true.
Sure.
And the MIBR, I guess because I was here when they started, like my first event was their first international event, in obviously not following just in the history in Counter-Strike 1.6 and whatnot. But you go to X Games.
Oh my god.
Damage done again toward Fall and Nade to follow up. He's falling off the position, thankfully, so he won't take any further. But you look at the situation, maybe it's harder for me to believe that that's going to be true because I've just seen them be successful for so long from the start. It's possible.
Just to note, even though Azza has gone down, he basically killed 2 players. He did damage to Fallen and Fur, who were both sub 50 HP and had the kill onto Phelps. So no headshot required to take those 2 players down. But right now, MIBR have been able to get a lot of mid control. A player in Vent Room, a player in Connector, but the bomb hinges on Cold Zero over towards A ramp, so a lot of pressure on him. If he goes too early, the bomb gets dropped and the rest of the players completely get isolated. If he goes too late, well, the players over towards Connector and Window may be taken out of the round before they even get a chance. So it all comes down to the timing of Cold here. JKS has spotted up the player still lingering in Connector, and now with 26 seconds left on the clock, it has to be A.
Jacob inside a sandwich. JKS forced out by the Molotov. That puts him up into a more vulnerable position. The roll doesn't extend as far from above, but it's bombed down. I know he's there. Fallen wants the shot. He'll get it as well, and Taco follows up 9-4. Renegades still in the lead, but give up one further round, and MIBR want to make this a 9-6 half. In their wishes, they'll give themselves as many AKs as possible. In fact, I think there's an opt-down for Fallen, so they'll be fully equipped.
Yeah, no matter how stark the scoreline seemed for a while there, this game is definitely still on. Renegades.
Just like the Starks are still going to win Game of Thrones.
I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. I don't read the books, but
I'm just guessing.
We have double AWPs out now for Renegades. Azza and Gratisfaction are wielding those, so it's not the regular duo of JKS and Rats. So we'll see how the in-game leader goes with Big Green. 3 orgs to supplement. And they've gone for just the standard Liaz anchoring over towards B. We've got JKS over towards the ticket booth, and then the AWPs in limbo, 1 window, 1 catwalk, and Jacob in connector here. So they're able to hold on to utility for a lot longer with these scoped weapons. You don't need to play as in reactive or in transition as much. You can actually stay trained, like we can see with Jacob right here, and this does appear to be another A execute, with the late flank going to come in from the B player, either through the underpass or late B out. The opening kill has gone to Jacob. And will they just limp out one at a time now, as we can see this Phelps lurk coming in through underpass?
JKS still waiting it out. Cold down.
Just into the blender one at a time, Matt.
And another. Jacob staggeringly walks out, finds Fur in the corner, held off with no one else to support on Sandwich. Hang on. It's not done yet because 2 fast and flurried kills come through, but it's all on Phelps and a 1-on-3. He's got 1 kill already. AK to work with. No bomb. Bomb down at the entrance to A. He's got to go in and hard left just to get back to that position, and I don't really think there's much in it for him. And with 24 seconds, saving the op the priority. Can he get by Gratisfaction? I think he will.
Oh, hello.
Stylish, man.
When were Aviators last call?
Ask Jason, doesn't he still wear them?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Ooh. Maybe when he had hair? I mean, we're going back quite a ways there, right? I feel like that's a reasonable time.
Oh, almost killing Grat there. They know they needed to chase to take that AWP away, but it being saved means that at least Fallen will be able to have his primary weapon of choice going into the last round of the first half. 10-4 right now for everybody.
Top Gun 2 will bring them back.
Sure. Is Tom Cruise in that one?
Yeah, he's like producing it and stuff. It's his movie. He bought like the IP or whatever.
Sure, why not? It's going to make him a lot of money, that's for sure. Speaking of money, though, not a lot on the board, as we do see 3 Galils, AK-47 and the AWP come out for the last-ditched attempt of MIBR. Going over towards the B site. Maybe we'll see the wall smokes on the pillars come out. No, Colt wants to go fast, see if he can get a pick here, so they're going to play up his pace. Molotov was going to force him forward, but he chooses to dip on back through. You can see him taking a decent chunk of damage there, down to 68 points of health.
68 points. Well, Phelps is going to try and work back out on the catwalk. If he rounds the corner successfully and is able to do anything to your satisfaction, that's not going to happen. He's already gone back inside of the site. I was going to say he might be able to help open them up. The fact that he gets 1 will actually slow things down now. They don't have to go B. They started to commit. They back off. He's done such a good job inside of middle. They've got other plans.
And they're going to boost in window.
Fallen again? Phelps, obviously.
That's at least 3 times. Maybe for the next Mirage game of MIBR, we get a counter up on the screen. But in a 3-on-5 situation, you would consider this round more than done. But reflect back to Train. They throw away several rounds like this. Has drawn the rotation. 2 players over towards the A-bomb site for Renegades right now, and that puts all the pressure on Liaz. We've seen him do a good job anchoring this site against the rushes. Oh, it's Fur in the window. Hold your horses.
I believe that might have to do with weapon. Fur only on a Galil versus the AK Phelps. Back to B again. The original plan will still come to fruition. Liaz finding more. He seems to always get 1 no matter what the situation is. Taco's in behind the bench. Baits out some shots, takes some damage for it. Taco just keeps him busy as they try and work in to get the bomb plant down. 17 seconds. They'll secure it now for Fallen. For the window, the door. Hey, still manages to take down JPS.
Mixture of UPS.
Yeah, that's yes. Silenced.
You shipping something?
It's 10-5. Are you?
I have. It's lost in the mail.
I heard. That's unfortunate. Maybe they can get you another one.
Yeah, there's some people here. But anyway, I think that 5 rounds is more than enough to have a hugely competitive matchup. I said that on Train. I said that first half from MIBR was enough. In both games so far, the winning team took both pistol rounds. So if Renegades here are able to grab the T-sided pistol, maybe that theme will continue. Or maybe we will have that back and forth affair that everybody at home wants to see. I want the rumble in the jungle. I want the brawl. I don't know what we can do with Shanghai, but it doesn't really matter as the buys come on in. Renegades with 2 smokes, some flashes. P250 for JKS is going to be an A hit off the bat here, and it looks like it's relatively quick as we can see them crouching up the ramp. The smokes have landed. Deep towards connector is the one. The flash comes over. Out they go. Fallen to receive.
Wow. Is he? They've gone by him. They're actually just pushing back to the window, so he hasn't had to do much yet. Now he will. Bomb goes down. Remember, they won the pistol. MIBR and Fallen finds JKS. It looks like they'll get 2. Cold will confirm.
Completely overlooked that position.
10-6, did they? Well, it was almost like it wasn't their consideration to go into the site. It's like they actually just wanted to try and wrap toward jungle, and as a result of it, they left that position open. It wasn't an oversight in terms of the actual execution. The execution itself was an oversight, if that makes sense.
I get it.
In other words, they were never planning on checking it.
Relatively clean pistol round means that MIBR can upgrade into 3 Augs with head armor behind them. Fallen has the MP9. No head armor him, but look at Fur. Straight into apps. Aggressive as all hell. Standard per player there. Gets 2 and gets away with his life. Will be dipped on down to...
No, watch this.
Think he's going to go for more?
Yep.
Get
Wait on the balcony. Where's the flash? There's the flash. They'll be expecting it on the first one, so he doesn't want to overcommit that, and he was worried about Tetris. So
he'll probably go in dry.
Phelps will swing it back out. He might.
Now he's not going anywhere.
No, not at all. Good shot on 1. Follows it up. There's...
Give him the ace.
4. Oh, Phelps.
Come on, bro.
They all start with F.
Alrighty. This is where you pull up your socks and you get ready to go, because those saved MP9s, they're going to be held onto. That's an aggressive play waiting to happen from Fallen and Fur. Maybe an underpass push. That tends to be a position where they can be used. Close A ramp. You could go for another apps push if you're feeling really audacious. Renegades have the AK-47s in hand. Utility to boot. So let's see where their game plan is, and let's see how it unfolds. There's a 3-man A-lean coming out from MIBR. Solo B player having to anchor down and do a lot of work. Fur's actually going to play in connector with this over the smoke. So Renegades, if they want to get up close, it doesn't matter that this weapon is not as strong as an M4. It's going to do just as much damage at this range. Booster's going to come over, so they could get caught by this. Yeah, first spots at first. Spams away, tags down on the second. Has a chance to get away with his life here. It's a great start for MIBR.
Fantastic. Fur is waiting above the smoke as well, and a headshot is easily found onto Grat. Congratulations. Azza, though, getting it back immediately. So we're not done yet. Still the advantage firmly with MIBR, but bomb is still in their possession. Liaz is down below, checking things out. Fallen at least pulling JKS out of the rounds. Should now confirm it, because it's Azza with only 6 HP rotating back toward T-spawn, in fact, over toward A main, and that's going to be countered. He should, okay, it's not going to be a push all the way around. I was going to say should be spotted by Fallen, but Fallen on low HP himself is not going to go toward the Palace position. But I think you might as well call a spade on this one. Csgo.
Yeah, this would have to be some kind of performance here, mainly on the back of Liaz with that HP. Azza bleeding internally, 1 bullet to the toe, and he's going to hit the dirt. And considering Coldzera's position, that's not an easy one to clear at all. Momentarily, and this one should be going down. Azza's going to walk on out. Kind of skimps looking at that position. He's heard over towards a ramp as well, so look at Cold just lurking, lying away. Mr. Dependable, hold up a second. He's going to go down. 4 seconds left. Azza actually has to die before the time expires. Luckily gets to hold onto the gun, kills Fallen in the fray, but that money might be becoming an issue later down the line. Going into round number 19, maybe we reiterate for the viewers, this is round number 2 of the Swiss. Winner of this goes to play a match where they can qualify through to the playoffs, have a couple of days off in Shanghai.
This is the high side of that bracket as well, because round 2 entails 0-1 and 1-0.
Yes. So it is a 1-0 matchup, and the gravitas of this is, if you lose this, you're not out. You still have 2 more lives to go. So, you know, it's not the end of the world if whoever you're supporting here is unable to convert. And aggressively up mid goes Fur.
Decent find from Fur. Falling off of it. Shadow shows. He looks upward. Finds Azza as well, but it's Liaz again that always seems to find the kills in return. Finds 2, in fact, to bring it to a 3-on-3. He's tagged down to 10, but gets away on the M4. May consider, given that there's also armor for JKS, giving him that rifle. Problem is they're not really in the similar positions of doing so. Liaz is still down below the underpass. He'd have to rotate all the way back around. And he's worried in doing so because he knows that there's no one really been watching the Bartments. And Cold could have pushed up. Hypothetically speaking. So the pace slows considerably. Still no rounds this half yet for Renegades. They want one.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them here as coldzera lying in wait yet again. He blundered last round, he fumbled, and this time it won't be the same. 3 quick, concise kills for Mr. coldzera. And Zeus, the coach, happy with that one, given a pat on the shoulder. We're growing ever closer to finding ourselves all tied up here at 10 pieces of each, but the scoreline currently 10-9, heading into round number 20 here. MIBR looking dangerous, making it work with whatever weapons they have at their disposal. And now Renegades have got an AWP out in the hands of Gratisfaction. Taco actually wielding it on the side of MIBR. Can alleviate a bit of pressure using that weapon over the... Oh, never mind, they're out, eh? Quick.
Yeah, they're already out at the top of the jungle stairs. Shot from Fallen, traded back. Lias takes a lot of damage for... Ooh, didn't quite spot him in the smoke. I thought was going to be able to see him going CT. The fact that they now hold that position, bomb goes down. No chance they get back on top of Gratisfaction, and they can play it safe side of the triples. Toward the site itself. Cold's got a smoke down in front of him. He wants to try and get back through it. It's Grat that gets fur. And this looks like Renegades finally picking up a round on the T side to go 11-9 as Gratisfaction has the smoke fading. He knows that Cold's likely going to be towards CT spawn, and he'll go hunting. In fact, they both will. Low HP, though, for Leas, and he's already gone to Taco. Back toward the door. Do they even check it now? That might be enough to pull the attention away. So guns at least being dropped. But a tie game, not quite for MIBR. They came close to it. They want it. They'll keep the double up at least.
Yeah, the fact that Gratisfaction kind of threw that AWP there into the hands of the CTs. Not ideal at all, because it means that he can't have it going into this round. And the double AWP means that they can set them up in 2 anchor positions, right? BAPs, you can actually have a lot of information there. If you have a teammate set you up with some simple utility, you can AWP deep into the kitchen. And then on the other side of things, you can just play ticket, right? You can play ticket with that, and 3 players can have rifles around middle, especially with the AUGs right now. It's alleviated a lot of pressure on needing the AWP in what used to be key areas. Renegades going quite quick this time. They're putting pressure on B with early utility. That's to bait out anything, keep them honest, and then marching through the underpass. So look how quick they've just done this.
Yeah, they're already in mid. Already inside of the window as well. Cold, I don't even think he can do anything about this.
There's no way he expects a player to already be boosted up like this. Like, he's checking, but...
He's going to wreck A.
Ooh, what? This is insane.
Fair enough. Good trade from Cold. Fact is, though, as I got in there so fast, even with them considering it and Fallen saying, well, I'll just take a look. You could tell he didn't genuinely believe that taking a look was the answer. Like,
exactly.
He thought there was going to be no one there. I'll just jump around the corner. Taco gets JKS. MIBR still might get away with this. They're up by 1.
They know the AWP's there, right? So not overpicking that position is something that Renegades have to keep in mind. There shouldn't be too many problems getting the bomb down, and they do have a smoke in the hands of Liaz. So depending on where he decides to deploy this, will actually decide the fate of how Renegades can play this post-plant. The bomb will eventually go down. Smoke still yet to go on out. And this is where MIBR do their best work. They're so good at playing these rounds slowly and just pressuring the opponent into over-peaking.
So bomb down. Oh! Great shot. Leas, this guy's aim might be some of the best I've seen lately. Phelps will take down Gratisfaction.
He's still going!
Again, he's going to spray through. Burr is low, but not low enough. He manages just to get back around the corner at a time. 21 HP. He's got to go against Jacob. I was about to do the math for Renegades' money if they lost this round, if they didn't convert, but Leas does so well. And Jacob shuts out Burr 12-9. I was about to say they'll go back down to $2,400 on the bonus, plus the $800 on top of it, maybe get a buy in the next round. Doesn't matter. They win it, and they're now 3 rounds ahead with 4 to go.
Those are clutch frags, right? They're not, it's not a clutch round, but those are kills that have come up clutch to convert the round. He gets this kill jumping here. Here's the flash, turns and pivots. That kill right there onto Phelps, that's the nail in the coffin. That's them done and dusted. Sure, the damage right there onto Fur. A bit unlucky not to actually convert that final kill, but whoa, that's huge from Liaz in that kind of scenario right now. And we see Renegades, all the pressure has been applied onto MIBR here. Tough decisions ahead of them. They had that double AWP. We talked about how dangerous it could be. That early boost completely removed one of those. That, whew, I don't think I've seen a team do it that quickly ever. Valiance of the past, when it had Hunter, they always did the Hunter boost, right? But that was a bit more in the mid-round. This was very quick. Azza was able to get in there, no dramas. And now look at this. MIBR have to take a save.
They rushed it so fast. Yeah, save indeed. And that might give us 13. They're going to get aggressive. Taco already out toward the underpass stairs. In fact, all the way up toward the hallway at B. But he's making so much noise that Jacob's at the ready. On guard.
It's an interesting position having to hold the B-apps on like a standard anti-eco default, right? Because you want to have one guy watching Palace, which is where Azza gets one, then gets traded. Oh, look at this. It is getting dangerous. It is getting dicey. There's nobody over towards B now, so this should simmer on out. But my point here is if you want one player watching A ramp, you want one player watching Palace, and you normally have two guys making sure the middle can't be overwhelmed. That B position, if you play two forward, you have to worry about underpass and the B push. So him holding all the way back, it's safer, but it also means that if they decide to go back to B at any point in the round, they have to clear out those close angles, which is never fun. But round number 23 right now, 13-9 in favor of Renegades. 3 around from closing this. It's the moment there where I thought MIBR were just going to string this together and shut this out. But
I was thinking they might too. They looked like they had the game under control.
Do you want to B-stream up there, Matt, just quickly?
Yeah, I'll finish my point. I was just going to say this kind of gets to the fact that the comebacks are getting a little harder because Renegades, to be fair, they strung some rounds together.
Sure.
But didn't get as reset as hard and were able to buy. You could maybe study. This could be a game where you could start to study that. Whereas previously, if they were broken in that situation, you were done.
And on the T side, obviously, we spoke about it not being necessarily as harsh because you can always supplement that with bomb plants when you can get them down. So,
B-stream.
The first map went to fnatic.
Oh, okay. It was 8-7.5 I saw. That was
all explosive. It's going to be just a B hit here as Taco's going to do some damage to the smoke, but having to reload allows him to push in.
Taco, good find on JK. Yes! As though, as always, finding kills in return. Cold Zero, still just watching out from Catwalk. Bomb going to go down. And with the bomb planted. 4 Augs on the retake, no kits. Make that 3. As a down spur quickly. Traded back, but doesn't matter. Trades at this point as long as they keep someone alive with under 10 seconds left. They've got this game, or this round, locked up. It's Cold. Left in a 1-on-3 is not, unfortunately, going to be in a position to do anything about it and falls away. So it is going to be Renegades now finding 14-9.
It feels like the game at this point, doesn't it, right? Because
it does. It's starting to.
The loss bonus right now for MIBR is only going to be 2,900, right? 14, 19, 24, 29. So they can't buy. Or they can't get a convincing buy, that's for sure. And Cold Zero might go down the last second. Oh! He's going to be counting his lucky stars just there. If we take a look at the scores on the doors, we can see that Jacob 25 kills. He's continuing where he left off on Train. Liaz has done a lot of work in the second half, but he's only sitting on 16 kills, and Azza with 22 to his name. Gratisfaction quite quiet on 10. JKS with 13 on the other side of things. Fur with 17, 16 for Phelps, 14 for Cold Zero, 12 for Fallen, and 11 for Taco, and they've scrapped together a buy behind this AUG. The MP9s worked for them earlier in the half. Can they make it happen again?
So Phelps just waiting it out. He waits with a smoke in hand. Lots of shots heading his direction, but none of them landing so far. As Fallen gets close as well. Phelps managing to turn and twist in both directions. Manages to get back through the smoke. Finally, he goes down. Lee is able to get him as JKM finds Fallen. JKM, see? Too many J's.
Yeah, they're making it hard, aren't they?
They do. Jacob, JKS, Cold Zero, though. They're down a man already. This could be 15 now for Renegades. They've already got bomb planted and they're backing off. Little do they know that Fur is toward Palace, but there's, again, no kits. And he hasn't been able to do much with this position yet. He was waiting for them to rotate back out, potentially toward T-spawn, toward A-main, and then he elects to go back the same direction. That's which he disappeared. Hang on, not done yet. Azza left in a 1-on-2. Again, no kits. He's got Firebox to hold. Just him and Cold gets closer. Still has to go to the pistol. Azza holds it off.
Look at him, cool, calm, and collected there. He didn't even smile after winning that one. They're 1 round away right now. Renegades sitting on 15. 9 to MIBR. Now they've maxed out that loss bonus. Now they're able to get another scrappy buy together. As you mentioned just then, still no defuse kit. So if this comes down to another post-plant situation, Renegades are sitting very pretty. That means the MIBR might have to play more forward. They might be a little bit more aggressive. They might have to dictate the flow of this here because it just is Renegades with an A execute again. They've exploited this several times in this second half, and they look to do it again. Fallen up close and personal.
Already fallen. Liaz, though, gets the shot back. 2-for-1 trade. Sight looking open, and Renegades looking like they've opened up a chance to go 2-0, but I say it, Fur finds one through the smoke, and they've not checked Firebomb's cold. He has the bomb down. Suddenly, it's a very different round. Asa makes amends with that. With 1:18, the fact that they were so fast inside of the site, they can still try and gather up the bomb and go for more. And Fur wants to try to wrap back in, get there quickly before they spawn him. Exactly that. And just to get one, JKS still staggering off his teammate. Playing close, was able to find one, and then immediate headshot on a taco with no response. Renegades go 2-0.